I try to fit my weekend rides in early and don't often have time to eat beforehand. I can already hear Coach Chad saying just wake up earlier, but please hear me out. I know that for shorter rides, less than an hour to an hour and a half, you can typically get away with eating beforehand just as you can, without eating beforehand, just as you can with indoor rides. Thanks for the correction, guys. It says when getting out for a ride around 2.5 hours or more, this of course doesn't work out so well. I usually need to leave very early in the mornings before my sun is up and before the summer heat really kicks in. Usually that's just enough time to kit up and get out the door. Do you have any suggestions on what to eat that may be convenient, like bars, chews, or gels, and how to space them out before and during a ride so that I'm not riding without anything in my system? He says, I do have a gluten allergy, so pick things like toast and English muffins. Quick things, forgive me. That are out of the question, or he says quick things like that are out of the question. He says, I'm willing to admit that I'm carrying a few extra pounds, so I'm sure most people would say don't eat anything. However, based on all the episodes I listened to, this seems possibly counterproductive. I guess things that I guess we could take this a different direction. We could talk about, I guess, the fasted side, if that's their goal.
Yeah, well, first let's just consider the type of workout you're doing, because if you're just going to go out and log long, slow distance and work at 60, 65%, even 70%, whatever, of your FTP, then you might not need anything. You can get away with quite a long fasted ride. I don't really like to prescribe fasted rides any longer than a couple hours. I think past that, you've missed or you've achieved all the benefit you're really going to get anyway. And it just like we were talking about with the intervals before, it's kind of a descent into a place.
Slog.
Yeah. It just stops being fun, and it could be argued that it stops being productive too. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do high intensity work and it's going to last that long, obviously you're going to need to eat something. Mm-hmm. You already mentioned the fact that if it's a short ride, hour, 90 minutes even, you can probably get away with it, considering the intervals only compose some of that 90 minutes. And as long as you didn't deplete the night before and you woke up with fully stocked muscle stores, and you can get through quite a lot of work without any food, then it becomes more about your post-workout nutrition.
Yep.
But as far as these longer rides, assuming there's going to be healthy doses of intensity injected throughout, that's when we're going to start talking about the type of foods. And before we get into specifics, you want high glycemic foods. You don't want things that are going to take a long time to metabolize. Again, depending on the type of workout you're doing. I mean, I don't know if you're going to go out and do threshold repeats, and then in which case maybe it doesn't need to be quite so high glycemic.
Probably you want to stay away from things with a ton of fiber and that sort of stuff.
Certainly fiber, certainly fat. Mm-hmm. Probably healthy amounts of protein. A little dose of protein has been shown to have some.
Mm-hmm. But you don't want just bacon and eggs and that's it.
Yeah.
No.
So I guess
for sure not.
I guess we can run into some suggestions that we have. Nate, you had a great suggestion since he has a gluten allergy.
How about gluten-free toast? I got time for toast. Gluten-free toast and honey.
Yeah, that could work.
And we're talking like just prior to the ride too. So like 10 minutes as you're kitting up, saddling up. I mean, before you head out that door,
get the toaster going.
That's a good time.
In the U.S., we have what are called Panda Puffs, and I'm almost positive they're gluten-free. They're corn-based. Mm-hmm. That with a banana. Yeah. Cereal, I can down a bowl of cereal in like 60 seconds.
Multiple. At times, yeah.
Box takes about a minute and a half.
For those, I swear I should have taken photos documenting you at Leadville. That was stunning.
But it's
could not believe it.
I mean, cereal is usually high glycemic and and low fat, and you can put some fruit on it.
Gets in your blood quick.
Exactly.
It does. Another one.
Do you have anything, Dad? I've done this, but like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and stuff. Like you get some of the more sugary kiddie cereals. But I feel if I'm doing it right before a ride, that's the time to do it. My son likes I'm a horrible parent, and we allow our kid to eat Captain Crunch, but Captain Crunch right before, that's delicious. That makes you like you want to just do the ride, and then once you eat it, you get so depressed and like guilty that you do not bail your ride.
Is Captain Crunch still like eating a mouthful of razor blades? That stuff used to slice my mouth like crazy.
If you eat too much,
yeah. Okay, still the same then. Hasn't changed. Okay.
It's not fit for human consumption.
Yeah, exactly. Gluten-free pancakes could be an option. I use Birch Benders. You can get them at most. Right? Yeah, they have a gluten-free. They have a gluten-free mix. They have a bunch of different mixes, really good ones, but. As silly as this sounds, I actually picked this up from friend of the podcast, Keegan Swenson and Sofia Gomez Villafane. They'd make pancakes, then carry them out for their mid-ride food sometimes. So they'd have their goo gels, they'd have everything else.
Potato pancakes. That'd be gluten free.
So for the Birch Benders gluten free, what you do, and my wife's really good at this, you make a whole bunch of pancakes, and you put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And you can store them for a long time. Then you take them out, you can just microwave them or toast them depending on how you want the consistency.
Yep.
So it's a quick way to get carbs in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be riding just like, and you want to carry something with you, pancakes are extremely portable. You don't just toss into your jersey pocket. I'd usually put it inside a bag. You'll have like sweaty pancake everywhere. That'd be gross. But
Would you put anything on them or just straight pancake?
I would just do straight pancake with the birch bender stuff. It's not particularly sugary, but they have a really good flavor to them.
And they're kind of spongy and chewy, which is kind of fun to eat.
Yeah,
rather than a regular pancake.
You'll notice that some regular pancake mixes are clearly made to be used. Either they're very sugary or they're made to be paired with a lot of maple syrup or something. These ones, you can even eat them on their own. And they're good. So birch bender should be paying us for this sort of stuff. SIS gels,
they should be paying us too.
Yeah, right.
Salted strawberry.
SIS being science and sport.
It could be any gel.
Totally.
But
we've found those ones to work.
I disagree. I think the SIS gels and their isotonic formula is the way to go.
Yeah, we found that they don't screw. That's the only gel I've used that doesn't screw up my stomach. So those ones could be good. Also, rice cakes. This could be really nice too because you could have like a rice cake with Scratch Labs, their portables book. You can get that. They have one of them I absolutely love. It's brown sugar, so it's rice, brown sugar, a little bit of egg, and a little bit of bacon. Oh, it's delicious. It's like breakfast in a little rice cake, and you can get that. That's easy to eat. That's something that you can cook a bunch of them beforehand. Like on the weekend, we'll usually, if I have a lot of training or racing coming up, we'll make like a full platter of the things, and then we'll wrap them all up. So then you can just grab from the fridge, toss it in your pocket, and roll. That could be another good option too.
And two, with the waking up early, I think we only suggest that for big races.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing. For Leadville, I woke up early enough because I wanted to get extra food in.
Yeah.
But for workouts, I wouldn't wake up early to try to get extra food.
For most stuff, my advice is simple. It's just preload the night before. Just make sure you have dinner. Don't do a hard workout and go to bed carb deprived and then expect to have anything the next day. Top off the morning of. It's like a just prior sort of thing, 30 minutes, 10 minutes ideally. And then just eat early and often over the course of the ride, depending on the intensity. Yeah,
and the one thing that I've found when I was doing fasted rides, I would ride for 60 to 90 minutes without taking something and then just eat like normal thereafter. If you're looking to just not do the fasted approach and just make sure you have enough fuel for the ride, then, eating somewhat regularly, whether it's every half hour, whether it's whatever it is, but within an hour, you just want to take in enough that you're not depriving yourself too much. So, and you can figure that out with the power meter. It'll tell you how many calories you burn. Really easy. And we have an article on that on the blog. I believe you can check that out. So look up nutrition. You'll be able to find a bunch of ones. If you like that video, you should subscribe to our channel. There's more where that came from. And even like the video down below with a thumbs up or leave us a comment.
If you want to see race analysis videos, click right over here. And if you want to get your coaching questions answered, click over here.
And if you want to become a faster cyclist, head over to TrainerRoad.com. It works. Trust us.
Just trust us.
We guarantee it.
Oh yeah, or your money back.
It's true. Take us up on it.